Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan, I'm the DM here, and I use he, him pronouns. And we're going to play some D&D tonight in Descent into Avernus. And now for some intros.
I'm Claire, my pronouns are they, them, I am playing Kidom.
I feel like these have been getting shorter and shorter. You got nothing else?
Getting shorter and shorter.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and I'm playing Calliope. And Calliope's thoughts and dreams are to become the best artificer and to figure out how to fly and to recapture the energy and magic of her youth. She once saw a storm cloud overlooking a cliff over the ocean, and that kind of inspired her to become an artificer. And so then she moved away to El Terrell.
And yeah, help.
She's an artificer, did I mention?
That
Enyo.
was, yeah.
They, them. I am not a cat. Pip. Satyr. She, her. That
was very good. Oh my god. Okay. Excellent. Well, with that, let's jump into. Oh yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Willing to turn off the flashing lights in your background?
Oh shoot. I can't actually.
You can't.
But no, it just happens every day at 7:30.
like a little party.
It's solar powered. I'm sorry.
Does it eventually turn off, or does it just stay like that?
It does eventually.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it very distracting to you, Claire?
It is. I will control myself.
Okay.
I can try and cover everything.
You have to go like
It's alright.
Before we actually get started, I do remember we have a quick announcement. Our anniversary is coming up. How many years again, Claire?
4.
Okay, wow. I was like, yeah, it's 4 years, and then I was like, no, it can't be 4. That's way too many years. But it is indeed 4 years. Our actual anniversary is on the 12th, but we're going to do a special anniversary stream on the 16th. We're going to stream a little longer that evening, or we're going to go live at 7 instead of 7:30. And we're going to give ourselves the option to stream until 9:30 if it feels appropriate. Also, I think we're going to be playing in person that day, assuming I can get all the technical stuff working. Should be fine. We did it once before, so should be able to get it to happen again. But yeah, we're going to stream in person on the 16th for our anniversary. Our stream, we are way more free-flowing and improvisational than, like, I don't know. We don't know exactly where we're going to be in 2 weeks, but there is a chance that it could be the finale. We'll see. Like, we're getting real close. So, yeah.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Okay, everybody, have no feelings. Don't draw out scenes. Just, we're in speedrun mode.
We're running it through.
Then I bet what's going to happen is that by the end of tonight, we'll be like, well, shit, now next week we have to, like, really just chill. All right. Well, with all that, let us do a recap and jump right back into this. So, last we left off, let me change the mood of the music because this is way too happy. Last we left off, you all were separated. Kadam was in the bowels of the flying fortress, Zariel's flying fortress, being held captive and interrogated, while Calliope and Pip and Valor went off to Fort Knucklebone to get some advice from Mad Maggie. You were able to procure some information on the 2 contracts, Pip and Calliope. You discovered how to destroy them. One of them was for Baldur's Gate, specifically for Duke Vanthampur, between Duke Vanthampur and Zariel, and the other was indeed the contract for Elturel and the contract binding all of the souls of Elturel to Zariel's service. And you found out how to destroy both of these. The Elturel one seems to be pretty simple. You just gotta find the river Styx and dunk it into the waters of the river Styx, and it will be destroyed. Kadam, meanwhile, was being interrogated by Zariel herself. She showed up. She threatened Kadam with quite a lot, and even resorted to kind of killing Yonder, turning him into his mist form as a vampire, and using that to threaten that he will die if you do not answer her questions within the next 2 hours. And Kadam did break slightly. You managed to sort of tell some half-truths.
I am pleased I was able to pull 3/4 of one over on her.
Yes, but you did divulge the real names of your companions. And that is where we ended last session, as we head back over to rejoin with Calliope and Pip. Before we really get going, though, Calliope, you took a long rest on your way to Fort Knucklebone. And I don't think I said this on stream, but off stream I had told you all that next time you took a long rest, you were going to level up. Have you leveled up, Calliope?
Level 14, baby.
Okay, so we got one level 14 character right now. Everybody else has not leveled up yet, so okay, good to know. So Calliope, you are set. Great. So as we transition back over to the two of you, and I'm gonna actually send us just as we focus on you, we find you back at Fort Knucklebone after having just gotten this information from Mad Maggie about how to destroy the contracts. Pip, you were talking with Calliope, asking if she would be interested in scrying on Kadam. So why don't we pick up there?
I mean, I think Calliope would be, okay, yes. And then, like, we would scry. I'm curious, if we do scry, at what point do we come in on the conversation and the interrogation at all?
Yeah.
Our actions can be very different whether or not
I know.
we do that.
Yeah, so yes, we need to I think we need to determine this via dice, to determine like
For sure.
where you pop in. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this.
It feels
Yeah, I mean,
dicey.
we could do D100s. We could just break it literally up into thirds, like whether you pop in at the beginning, the middle, or the end, and literally just do that. So like if you get 33 and under, you're somewhere at the beginning. If you get between 33 and 66, then you're in the middle, and then anything above that you manage to catch the tail end. So sure, let's do that. Pip, if you're gonna be the one casting the spell, why don't you roll the D100?
Cool. Lots of pressure for something I can't control. 26.
Okay, so you just catch the beginning of the interrogation. So as you focus in on the ball, you see this interrogation starting to play out. You can hear Zariel's voice. You see Kadam's reactions to what is happening. Trying to think of the beginning of that conversation, what was said. I think you probably catch the bit about Zariel threatening Kadam's family. You also get the bit that Zariel knows Kadam's name, seemingly without... I mean, maybe Kadam said something before you tuned in on this scry.
And it looks like the first question she asked is, who would they run to?
So you I think I'll tell you what. We'll play a little loose here. You'll get that the final thing you see as the scry is fading out is Kadam caving and giving some names, but you catch all those names and you hear Red Ruth, Archon the Cruel, Bell, and Mordenkainen. And then the scry fades, and you lose contact with Kadam.
Sucks to be those guys, I guess, right now. Glad to see they're still alive. Got something in them. We should go. If they catch us here, that lie's gonna be all for naught.
Can we do some scene setting? Because I wanted to imagine that is like Pip is just like, for fuck's sake, Calliope, just take the orb and go watch with Valor. Just like go watch TV.
Oh,
You're
okay.
manipulating me, but I accept.
Okay, so you really literally want to like set them up with the scry and then leave them.
Yes.
Okay.
So Pip doesn't even particularly know about this. Pip is going back to Red Ruth. I mean, not Red Ruth, Mad Maggie.
Okay, so Pip, you to activate another charge, roll a d4 for me.
It's covered in blood.
It gets absorbed into the
Wait,
orb.
I think I already did that.
You did it for don't you have to do it every time you activate a charge? Because you did it for something else, I thought.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me see. Whatever. Yeah, I'll just roll a d4 for it.
So you focus in and cast the spell through the orb, and then gently. It's only 1 point of damage. This one wasn't so bad. What ailment were you picking at this time to cause the blood?
It was like a scab, like a really, really old scab that she was like, it's not quite healed, but you know.
Okay.
I can get just a little bit.
Got it. So as you peel that off, a little bit of blood goes onto the orb. It sucks in. You focus and the spell activates, and you start to see the imagery, the mist forming into the image, and you just kind of pass it over to Calliope and Valor as they settle down in kind of a corner of this cave as you turn back and head back up the metal stairs onto the platform, leaving them to watch what happens. So, Pip, you are going to go back up to see Mad Maggie?
Yes. Just in case I don't, you know. I think, yeah, Pip just calls out to her, like, quietly.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say as you're heading up the stairs towards her?
Maggie, can we just talk? Just quickly.
As you crest over the stairs, you can see her at the back of the platform, and she's sort of humming away, grabbing some beakers and mixing some fluids together. As you say that, she doesn't even turn around and goes, "Oh yes, of course, Pip. I'm always here and free to talk. Come over and have a seat. Make yourself comfortable."
Yeah, Pip will do exactly that, but it cannot possibly be comfortable in this situation.
Okay, yeah. There are some, kind of almost lab stool-esque seating, but made from, like various, seem to be like bones and skin and whatever can be harvested. Some of them are made from scrap metal from war machines, but you're able to pull a stool up and sit down. And yeah, it's also just not physically that comfortable. Yes, what can I do for you, Pip? As she finishes what she's doing and then turns around, both eyes sort of quickly refocus in on you.
Can't believe I gave you 2 uses of sovereign glue in exchange for that stuff about the Baldur's Gate contract. What a waste.
look, it's a deal's a deal. You didn't know what was in it, and I didn't either until I used my little device.
Fair enough. I pulled that myself. Pip looks like she's about to say something, and then at the last minute, kind of just like changes course. Maggie, how do you? So you know about my shield, right?
Oh, right, yes. That little pesky pit fiend trapped within, huh?
Wouldn't you like him to be free? Wouldn't that be nice?
I haven't really thought about it. Maybe. Could cause some interesting drama, but not something I'm particularly that interested in unless we can figure out a way to, I don't know, use him. What did you have in mind?
I mean, Zariel needs to be challenged. Wouldn't that be nice to see?
It would be nice. I'm not sure that this little man in there is going to be enough to challenge her, but could be a thorn in her side.
Once all of the other players hear about what's happening, they'll just naturally come together to challenge her. Now's the time. The time is ripe. They're not stupid about it.
Perhaps.
Maybe all it takes is a little thorn.
One little thorn. Maybe. Are you trying to persuade her to look at your shield?
Yeah, to tell us how to free Gargalth from the shield.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll for me to see if she can see how enticed she is by this conversation.
The soap opera's getting a little, not stale exactly, but I think we need a new player. And I mean, he's been stuck there. He is angry, let me tell you. Right, I am rolling a persuasion. I'm having trouble. What?
25?
25, yeah. Yeah, that's a 25.
Wow, okay.
Hey, come on, Mags, I know you. I know you want to see it.
Okay, fine. Let's see what we're working with here. Give me the shield. Let me take a look.
Don't free him just yet, though. I need to make a deal with him. We want to make sure that he doesn't hurt us or our allies until we're out, you know?
Yes, of course. But I need to see what it takes to release this being. Let me see. Do you pass the shield over to her?
Yes.
As you pull it out of your boot and start to pass it over, you hear Gargalth's voice. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait. And the shield is taken away as Maggie goes, hello, dear. Now let's see. And she takes the shield and kind of waddles over and plops it down on the big heavy metal counter, takes out that orb-like device with the legs and the strange tendrils, and sets it down as it starts to curl over it, crawling over the surface of the shield, the fingers poking up out of the oil as she begins to read it. Oh my. You've had something a bit risky in your possession here, Pip.
Everything I have in my possession is risky.
Yes, well, I don't think you should be using this anymore. I would hate to lose you. Let's see. Well, getting Gargalth out of this shield is going to be very challenging, unfortunately. I mean, you could use a simple dispel evil and good spell, but it has a very, very slim chance of working. Now, if you could, say, befriend or convince another pit fiend, or even a celestial being of the, solar or planetar sort, well then, you might be able to get him out instantly.
I don't have time for that.
Look, I'm sorry, Pip. I am just the messenger. I'm just as disappointed as you. I wish I could just flick my fingers and get him out. Although I do think he's going to be rather cross with both of us.
Why do you think I should stop using the shield then, if it's so hard for him to escape?
Well, that is one means of escape for him. It seems that every time you use this shield, there is a small chance that he might be able to inhabit your vessel. So, I might stop using it.
Would we like share?
Oh no, I don't think so. I think he would have you for an indefinite amount of time. Now, he wouldn't be back to his true original glory, I suppose, but he would at least be out of the shield and, have
He'd
more
be better
options.
if he has my body.
Well, yes, of course, it goes without saying.
So if that were to happen, would you still get my soul?
It's an interesting question. I'm not entirely certain. I should hope so, based on the arrangements. But things get tricky when a soul is forced out like that, especially by a being such as this. He might just hold on to it for himself. I don't think you should take the risk, Pip. I really would love to hold on to this for you.
Does Pip think that she is lying about anything?
Make an insight roll.
Insight. I would love to. I never get to make insight rolls. I'm always just lying to people.
Whoa.
27!
What are these rolls?
It's that bard.
I don't think, even with her bonuses, I don't think she has. She doesn't seem to be lying. It seems like she is telling with the 27, you can tell she's being sincere about the risks of using the shield. She hasn't really divulged the exact likelihood of it happening, so it's hard to say. I guess with the 27, you can maybe tell that she seems to be laying it on a little thick as to how risky it is, but there is a real fear there of, if you do use it, there is a chance that Gargouth could get out and inhabit your body. And she genuinely seems to not be certain as to what would happen to your soul if that happened. She's not sure. So.
Yeah, but also it doesn't seem so. She's not just making something up to try and get the shield.
No, she seems she seems pretty worried, actually, that just the fact that there's a chance by you using this and being tied to it, that she could lose you by you having it. So
It's a burden I don't want.
oh, well, good. I will hold on to it and I'll see what I can do. Could be fun.
Take it. Just take it. Just if you do break it, just wait until we're gone, please.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, breaking it, actually, I think she might know. Yeah, it's fine. Yes, well.
You know he made me fireball my party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure you
Jesus.
saw it.
What a little scamp. Yes, I do remember that.
Maggie,
Yes.
what are you gonna do with my soul when I die?
To be honest, Pip, normally I would sell it to the highest bidder. That's what I do with most souls. But you truly have been a delight. I would find some better use for your soul.
Will it hurt?
Well, I don't know how you'll die. It could.
It's been good enough for me, I guess.
Look at
Deal
it
with
this
that when
way.
we get to it.
Look at it this way, my dear. At least this way you know exactly where your soul will be ending up. It'll be ending up with me. Without our little arrangement, your soul would be just hucked off into the cycle and sorted into some unknown plane of existence. Who knows where you would end up? Some believe that, yes, of course, your soul ends up where you devote your time and your ideals, but that's just a load of bullshit. Everyone up there is controlling it, and they're all fighting for the souls. So, it's kind of a crapshoot, to be honest.
That sounds true to me.
You'll just have to take my word for it. Unless you get powerful enough to, I don't know, rub shoulders with celestials of, or, who's in charge of sorting the souls? It doesn't matter. But you're going in a wonderful direction, so who knows? You might meet even more interesting people than me.
Nothing stops me yet, that's true.
It's true.
Well, Max, we'll see whether I end up with you or not.
Oh, I look forward to it. And just remember, I'm always here if you want a little more help. But nothing comes for free.
Nothing ever does. Can I just get a hug?
You would like a hug? From me or Mickey?
From Mickey, please.
Yes, of course. Mickey! And the big flesh golem comes lumbering over. And she goes, Pip would love to receive a nice little hug from you. Mickey turns, looks down at you, and you see this hulking figure with the sort of gas mask-like tube going down into the stomach, lean down, spiky insectoid appendages, and then he just slowly opens his arms up into an embrace.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, but I have a family.
And Mickey just scoops you up and squeezes you very tightly. You feel a lot of pain in your whole backside as the spiky insect arms kind of dig into you. And Maggie just is sitting there smiling, wide-eyed, looking at this. And she finally goes, "All right, Mickey, that's enough. You're going to hurt her. Let her go." And Mickey just lets go as you plop back onto the ground. All right. Well, anything else I can do for you, dear?
No. Not until we'll meet again eventually.
Oh, I hope so. And just remember, I'm always with you. Bye-bye now. As you turn to leave, you can see Calliope and Valor finishing up as you see the scryball beginning to fog over and become solid.
Well, did you see Zariel? Is she as hot as she sounds?
Oh, she's so tall. She's so tall.
involved.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. She's on to us. She was holding her off, but it ended before we were able to see how it ended. She told Zariel that we were probably going to some other people. So like,
Zariel's
we
not
should
good.
book it before somebody figures out we're here instead.
Okay.
How many? Do you make a deal with Maggie? Did we
I
get another
didn't.
vehicle or
No,
something?
I didn't. I didn't make a deal. I was just saying goodbye to.
I'm a little disappointed, honestly.
I tried, but it ended up being kind of a pain. So forget it.
Okay, well, let's head to the
Let's just go to the
sticks.
sticks. Let's get this over with.
Let's go.
Okay. You gather up your things and head out of Maggie's lair. Are you grabbing anything before leaving Fort Knucklebone? Any supplies? Anything else before heading out?
I don't know if there's anything we can pick up besides like a war machine.
A what?
A war machine.
A war machine.
Just
yeah, you
back into
good?
the last one.
Is there a +2 shield?
A +2 shield. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Here.
that's fine.
Yeah,
I have
but-
my normal, regular old shield. Do you want that?
Oh yeah,
Would
you
you ask
left
for
guard
it?
out behind, so go ahead and remove that from your inventory. You no longer have.
Cool.
Would you ask for a shield? Does Calliope know that Gargouth is no longer with us?
I think Pip waits until like we're almost already at the sticks, and then is like, oh yeah, by the way, if you have like an extra shield that I could use.
Okay, well, you're still at Fort Knucklebone. We'll see when that happens. But
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well,
Yeah. Maybe just a couple of healing potions, honestly.
okay. Great. Yeah. Oh, you wanna stop and grab some healing potions? Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can definitely get some regular healing potions. I think they're 50 gold each. So if you want to mark off 100 gold, then you can have 2.
I'll also get a couple then.
Okay, go for it. You can mark off another 100 gold for 2 more. Okay, yeah. So as you head in to get your supplies from the bazaar in one of the knuckles, you kind of have to push past a lot of folks and go to the vendor and collect your stuff. Here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna go and collect your bikes and head out.
And I have 3 more uses of distilled demon ichor. So, one-way trip. That's enough. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. So you hop on to your bikes and rev them up and start heading out and back into the wastes, away from Fort Knucklebone. And as the dust kind of billows across, we will transition back over to Kadam. Kadam, you have just finished with your interrogation with Zariel. The elevator has left, and you are now left here in the cells once again with just the 2 guards, Lulu in her cell once more, and a wooden crate in the other cell where Yonder was. Is there anything that you want to do while here?
I need water.
Are you gonna do anything to try to get that?
I'll ask.
Okay. You ask the guards. There's not really any acknowledgement. As time passes, you hear the elevator whir up again. And I mean, I guess you hear it kind of throughout as time passes, you hear it, sort of moving past this place, but you hear it slowing down once more as it comes to rest. It opens up and you see a chain devil within there come walking in with what looks to be just like a metal bowl, and they come walking towards your cell, lean down, and you can see some sort of oily liquid. Looks clear, looks like water, but there's definitely some kind of film on it. But they lean down and look into your cell. These sort of creepy, like, metal mask with no eyes, kind of covering the face and just the lower mouth appearing. You can see, like, kind of a split gum line with split lips and sort of black teeth poking through as this devil leans down and slides the bowl onto the floor. And there seems to be like a very small little like grate that they flip open and then push the bowl into your cell, and it slaps closed, and you just hear them go, "Compliments of Zariel," and then turns and heads back to the elevator, and you see this bowl of liquid resting there.
I sniff it.
Make either survival or medicine.
I'm proficient with medicine, ain't I am. I don't remember the last time I rolled a medicine check. 29.
It's water. It's just very, like, you'll probably be fine. It's not very
Probably
clean.
be fine is better than dead.
Yeah.
I will drink it.
Yeah, it tastes really awful.
Oh, but it feels good.
But yes, you get liquid in you. When you're about halfway through guzzling the water, you do hear weakly from the cell next to you where Lulu is. I'm sorry, Kadam. She's somehow was able to see just the look on my face.
Yeah. I keep reaching, Lulu. I keep reaching for my magic and it just ain't there. I can't tell them. Can't tell them.
Yeah, we're just... I don't know what to do. I guess have faith in our friends. It's the best we can do.
Faith.
Yeah. I guess so.
Do you have faith in the thunder, Lulu?
I don't know. I used to have faith in Zariel.
Yeah.
hear from across the room, "Why should that faith have faded?" And you see that form slumped, not slumped, it's like sitting cross-legged back to you in the cell across the way.
Fabius.
Your voice is familiar.
Yes.
My memories, my mortal life are a bit foggy.
Ah.
She let me hold on to most of them.
I see.
You were there at the end, weren't you?
I was there when you died.
Ah, so I have you to thank.
Yeah.
But tell me, small one, why lose faith in Zariel? She's doing wonderful work. Lulu remains silent in the cell next to you.
That's what everyone says. Certainly I can't deny that she is accomplishing her stated goal.
Yes, she makes great strides into the abyss. I've been fortunate enough to see glimpses of it. And when my mission is complete, when all of Elturel is consumed, I will get to stride forth with her. You know, you all could be there too. The figure stands and turns, places two hands on the bars and leans in, placing the forehead on the bars, eyes peering through towards you. You see the devilish form of Fabius, the small wings kind of curled up behind the large shoulders and sort of rotund shape standing there. You could be there. You could be making a difference.
I think we already are. She nearly said so herself. One insignificant life.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Lulu's gone.
Yeah, we lost Enyo. Well, that's okay. We can continue for now.
One insignificant life standing in the way of so much. She said we were making a difference.
Yes, I suppose so. But I think you're not making the right type of difference.
You can think that. I ain't really interested in persuading you one way or the other.
Very well. I'll go back to what I was doing.
All right.
I guess it was nice seeing you again.
Was it?
I think so. Something nice about seeing you here with me. He turns and goes back to sit down and face the wall. You can hear some low muttering as he resumes whatever it was he was doing.
Lulu, I say in Celestial,
Yeah.
do you think you could get her back down here again? Is there something you could say that would bring her back? If she's with us, she ain't going after the others.
I guess you're right.
I can't think of anything. I can't. I'm really struggling to think of much of anything right now.
I mean, I could offer her my services.
She would,
I don't think it would last. She would be down here for very long if I did that.
yeah.
I could try, though. Maybe bargaining, something. Tell her that I would... I don't know, fight by her side in exchange for both of you to be let go?
But it ain't freedom we're looking for, Lulu. It's time. We are buying time. And I just shortened it a hell of a lot.
I can't think of anything.
All right.
There
Maybe
is
yawn.
something, though.
Mm.
She kind of, you hear her scooting closer to get close to your cage, or your cell.
I'll do the same.
And she speaks in a lower voice. You know how I've been having my old memories, my old self, have been flooding back.
Yeah.
And I've been able to even tap into some abilities I didn't have before.
Yeah.
I think I can get us out of here. If we can get all together out of these cells. We just need to be next to each other. I need to be able to touch both of you.
I turn my back to the bars. Would it work if we could? Would it work for certain? Where would you take us?
If it works like how I remember, it would work for certain. And we could go anywhere in Avernus that we've been to before. But I don't know about doing it here. I'm worried there might be wards against, that type of magic.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
What if we're able to find a way to get outside?
Outside.
I needed to let you know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nathan.
Yeah.
how much do you think Kadam knows about the abilities of the creature that they can summon?
Ooh. Oh, man. Go ahead and make a religion check. I know that you're not proficient in religion checks.
I am proficient in religion. I'm just not particularly
You're not
intelligent.
that, right.
12.
Are you specifically talking about the ability to shape change?
I'm thinking about shape change. I'm thinking about scrying. I'm thinking mostly shape change and scrying. Dream, maybe?
Man, this is interesting because this is a spell that you tap into and specifically like pick the creature. So I think it's fair that like somehow through the divine magic, you kind of intuit, like you're kind of, downloaded the information. So yeah, I'll give that to you. You can by focusing and kind of preying on the magic or whatever it is that you do to like, kind of collect your spells, decide on your spells, you sort of get the information you need.
Lulu, if I have an uninterrupted minute, I could bring someone here who would be able to find out where our friends are. And we could go there if we have time.
Okay.
It all comes down to time.
Yeah. Okay. I might be able to get rid of one of the guards for a full minute.
Funnily enough, I might be able to too.
Yeah? You can banish them?
I can.
Would you be able to do that and use your other spell?
Well, they would come back as soon as I started concentrating on this other spell.
Right, okay. You wouldn't be able to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not sure, but that's one thing I have to offer. The other is to somehow figure out a way to cause a distraction.
Yeah.
I could...
Could you get real big?
No, I've already done that. I could banish Stavius. That might be maybe distracting enough, but I don't think they would, I don't know if they would care that much. Or, there's two of them, so...
Yeah. How long do you think Yonder's gonna be?
I have no idea.
Me either. I didn't know what Zoriel was talking about. Like, with a box, and she seemed to think I knew a lot more about vampires than I actually do. He's gonna be alright, though?
Does Lulu know about vampires? You know what? Yeah, I think she's like a celestial being. Okay. From my understanding of how that affliction works, when a vampire's body is destroyed, they become that mist. And that mist needs to return to the soil from whence they originally died. So that's why, you hear stories of vampires going back to coffins and having coffins around with them. I mean, they don't really need a coffin, they just need the soil of their original resting place.
Oh.
So I imagine that box is probably what yonder carried his grave soil in. And if they're able to return to it, they can reform. I don't know how long it takes, though. But maybe 2 hours, that's what Zariel said.
Yeah.
We can listen. I'm sure
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not going to want to be in there once he comes back.
I wish I knew what was going on. I wish I knew.
Well, as you both sit here and think about what could possibly be done to enable you to cast this spell, I think we're going to transition back over to Calliope and Pip as they rocket across the wasteland towards Elturel. Actually, that's a very good question. Where are you going? Are you going to Elturel?
Yeah, straight to El Terrell, I think. We need to get to El Terrell. We need to get to the sticks.
Okay.
Seems easy.
Great. Well, in that case, I need one of you to roll 2d12 to see how long it's going to take you to get there.
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
2d12. 7 hours.
7 hours. Okay, great. Right. Let's see.
That is not enough time for Pip to take a long rest.
Yeah, I mean, you'll also, I mean, you would have to stop for Pip to take a
Yeah,
long
I guess
rest.
so.
So that's a choice you'll need to make, whether or not you're going to take a long rest or not. So what do you all think?
I think Calliope's just like, let's do this.
No, we're just going.
Just going. Okay. All right. So you're doing the same thing, Calliope. You're going to be in the bag, and Valor is going to drive.
I guess I pop Winged Dummy apart.
Oh, to store Winged Dummy in the bag?
Winged Dummy can't fold itself in. That was Big Dummy's trick.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't play with doing extra dimensional things while inside a bag of holding. So yeah, we're just gonna have Winged Dummy be a little bit of IKEA furniture.
Okay. You don't have some other extra dimensional bag thing on you, right? You just have the one bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, you thunder across the wasteland. Can I have Pip and Valor make perception rolls for me as you drive towards Elturel?
It's all you, Pip.
Yeah. 20.
20, okay.
Valor rolled a 1.
Okay.
Getting it out now.
Really, the range of human experience, according to D&D.
Wow. Okay, Pip. Yeah. Probably, we'll say 6 hours into this drive. You realize that there has been the faintest cloud of dust on the horizon behind both the vehicles that seems to be following you and has been following you for probably the past hour. It's still a ways out. It's hard to, like, you can't really spot what's making it, but you realize that there's just been this faint little dust cloud that is unmistakable from the dust cloud of kick up from a vehicle. but every time you try to like crane your neck to get sight on the actual vehicle making it, it seems like there's a ridge or a gully or debris that is in the way that you can't quite make out what it is. It's just far enough away that without this remarkable perception, you would not have noticed it. But there is something following you.
Pip is going to message Valor to say, someone's tailing us. And if Pip can also communicate to Calliope in the bag, I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, okay, so you say that to Valor.
Yeah.
She goes, really? Where? And is kind of like craning to look.
It's way off in the distance right now. Can't really get a good look at it, but it's clearly a vehicle. It's far enough away now that I think they're keeping their distance, but it'll be a problem.
She keeps craning her neck, and then eventually you hear her respond, oh yeah, you're right, there it is. Well, I guess I'll let Calliope know. Calliope, you suddenly feel a hand come out and grab onto your head, and then tap you, and then the hand comes out.
I'm watching. You can just stick your hand in. You don't gotta.
Look, it's hard. It's hard to be delicate because I have to think about grabbing you in order to let you know. Anyways, look, and she grabs your head and turns it in the direction. and
Your eyes on the road. Oh, God.
I'm looking. Just look that way. You see the dust in the distance?
Pip's cried on it yet?
No. She just noticed it.
Message Pip. Man, do your little orb thing.
My scab just healed.
You'll be fine.
Okay. Just let me. And Pip is like digging around in her boots for it.
Like fumbling with a map staff.
But,
how many charges do you have left on the orb? I don't know how many it has.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It has 7 charges.
Oh, okay. So I don't know how many charges Scry uses. I think
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, I think you've used Scry twice now. If I remember.
Yeah. I can't. Scry it out.
Okay. More Scry.
That's not good. That's not good. Let's see.
I've got a potion of clairvoyance. I don't know if that's going to be particularly helpful right now.
Wait. I think it might be.
Yeah.
I'm looking to my mind palace about what clairvoyance does.
It might be up to a mile, but it might be less than that.
Yeah, range up to 1 mile.
Wow. Okay.
Within range in a location familiar to you or in an obvious location unfamiliar to you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see the dust cloud.
I'll stay here. I'll take it.
I do not trust you. I'm going to go right up against you and hand it over.
Oh, you're about to toss it while trying. Okay. All right. So with a bit of careful maneuvering, you come up next to Valor and pass the potion over to Calliope.
And I'll chug a potion of clairvoyance.
Okay.
I can choose seeing or hearing. I will choose seeing.
Okay. Which
Hearing's
does remind me, Calliope, do you still have that? You still have that item that lets you see invisible things?
Yes, that's not an item. That's just a class.
Yeah, that's right. And what was the range at which you could see invisible things?
10 or 15 feet. It's
Okay.
not long.
It's not long. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, so you chug the potion down and you focus on the dust cloud?
10 feet. Blind sight.
Got it. Cool. And so, yeah, you focus on the dust cloud.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. your vision blurs and then sort of brightens, almost like it's overexposed, and then refocuses, and you find yourself kind of somewhat bird's eye view with the landscape whipping past underneath you, and you can see sort of center of your vision, there is an infernal bike, but it is much bigger than both of yours because the creature riding on it is quite large. The creature is probably 9 foot tall at least, broad-shouldered. It has these large, almost tusk-like, horn-like. They're like horns, but they almost like tusk-like because they seem to be coming out of almost the lower jaw, like tusks, and they're huge. They kind of stick out and curl up. The face itself is almost skeletal in nature in terms of lacking any sort of definition of nose. The eyes are sunken. The lips are non-existent. You just see more exposed kind of sharp teeth. And this creature seems to be riding this bike and sort of billowing behind. It has like almost like a duster, like this sort of purple dusty cloak that's just kind of billowing in the wind as it drives. And something that catches your eye is that this creature is set up with almost like 2 bandoliers is what it looks like these 2 leather straps that are loaded up with all kinds of bolts, maybe. It's hard to say. And sort of tucked into the side of the bike in its own holster, you see the butt of a stock of like a crossbow. Maybe it's a blunderbuss. It's hard to say. And sort of tucked in on the other side, it seems to be wielding a rather nasty looking, what is maybe considered a dagger for this creature due to its size, but would be considered just a normal ass sword for an average sized humanoid. But yeah, this creature is just focused, kind of angled, looking in the direction that you presume is where your vehicles are, and it's just yeah. And does the sensor stick to whatever it is you're looking at, or does it appear and then you have to move it?
It remains in place for the duration. So I think
in place. Okay, so you see this, and then it very quickly, and I guess if you can sort of manipulate where you look, you can then see this bike just trailing off away.
Can I make a reckoning roll?
Yeah.
My vast intellect, saying how fast it's going compared to us. My vast intellect.
Yes. You want to determine how fast it is going compared to you. Let's call it an investigation roll.
Sick. That's a +5. Using my intelligence and nothing else. That's a 12.
A 12. Your best guess is traveling at the same speed. Like it is keeping pace.
Sick. Great. That's fine. Yeah, I messaged the squad saying, big guy, I'm loaded up with all sorts of nasty stuff. I think we can keep it outrunning it.
Okay. So then what are we gonna do when we reach the sticks? Take them on a merry chase?
I think wing a dummy, if we have enough time for me to pop it out, and could probably haul all of us. I think we could do that. I didn't see it having like wings or anything, right?
In that brief flit as it went past, no.
Great. I think we just fly. Ditch the bikes.
If you say so.
Calliope, can you make another perception roll for me?
Yeah. I would love to do that for you, my friend 9.
Okay, great.
Great.
Cool.
Love that for us.
Okay. You, so you want to just continue towards Elturel?
I am trying to remember, what's the rules for juicing engines with more ichor?
So you've been powering them via ichor, correct?
Yeah.
So normally the way it works is you would power it via soul coins, which actually, by the way, we technically should have rolled to see if the ichor messed up the vehicle.
This is distilled demon
distilled.
ichor,
Okay, so never mind.
which
Okay.
we paid for.
Yeah. So basically, let's say you power it by ichor. If you then add an additional soul coin, you will then juice it. But if you're powering it by soul coin and then you add ichor, you will juice it, right? So it's just like the two put together will juice it and give it a little extra speed.
And is it like for the duration of a combat thing, or is it like an outrun somebody?
It's definitely a, let me double check, but I'm pretty confident it's like a combat thing. 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute. It is like
that's not really worth it then.
Yeah, it's like in the heat of the moment, you kind of.
Oh boy, don't like that. Don't like that. How are they following us? It seems dead set. I mean, we're kicking up the dust cloud. We could split up. Meet there.
Let's do that. You have the contract, right?
I got it. I don't love that idea. If they catch up to us.
You guys are like a cell going through metamorphosis. You just keep splitting.
Yeah. We're becoming haploid. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't think. Besides, we just outrun it.
Okay.
I'll go
Okay.
a little bit behind. I think I'll try and take care of it.
No. Let's not do it unless they force our hand. If it looks like they start catching up, then we'd split up or do something drastic.
All right. But
we
that's
don't
our
have to let them force some errors.
All right. Are you going to like try some sort of like evasive maneuvers?
Oh,
thing
that's a
to
great
try
idea.
to-
Yeah, we'll lose them
Yeah.
in the asteroid field. That canyon over there.
Okay. This is what I'll say. If you want to try to maneuver in such a way to try to lose them, I'm gonna say it's gonna add an additional hour, to
Oh
your
no, I don't
travel
like
time.
that. If they could have caught us, they would have.
It'll add an additional hour, and you'll need to make a roll contested by a roll made by them. And if you succeed, then you get them off your trail. But if you don't, you lose the hour, and they'll still be on your trail.
Do we have any idea how close it is? I mean, we know as players.
As players, as characters, I really don't think you have any way of knowing. It's been so, random,
Yeah.
right? In terms of like,
It's been so variable.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Okay, let's just enhance ability and guidance ourselves up, and then do this.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna take
I have
the hour.
guidance now.
Okay. You have guidance?
I have guidance now.
How did you get guidance?
Level 14.
That's wow. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So, I'm open to skill checks for this. I think the obvious is doing a stealth roll, to try to lose this person. But I'm open to others. Like survival could work as well. But yeah.
How's your stealth, Pip?
Not good, but it's still okay because I'm a bard. So it's a +4.
It's better than my +2.
Yeah. A wee bit stealthy, but not very good at surviving either.
No way I could say, oh, I know historically there's some ruins over here.
Sorry, no.
With a first hiding
Sorry,
spot.
no.
But what if it's a
Valor
little
could
acrobatic?
gun the accelerator.
Gun the accelerator. I'm not sure what skill, like, it would be like a driving skill. It would just be like a dex-based skill, I think. I'm not sure it would
Oh.
be. Yeah.
I was thinking athletics, but
Athletics? Yeah, I mean, you are on a motorcycle, which...
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So can I try and sell you on something?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is...
So, what if Pip kind of, there's like maybe hoodoos or something, and Pip is going to look as if she's going in between the hoodoos and is going to just
Oh, I see what a hoodoo is. It's a
Yeah.
geological formation, like those kind of rocky
Oh
pillars.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
I'm
got it.
sorry, I didn't realize that was a
No,
yeah.
no, I got you. As soon as I saw the picture, I was like, oh, I know what this is. Yeah, okay.
Ooh, damn it! I actually don't have the thing that I thought I could use for this. Okay, hold on. Maybe I can still bring it back. Okay. Because this is really no. Hold on, that doesn't make any sense. Damn it!
Are you trying to get a deception with like?
I thought I
I'm gonna
had minor
do one
illusion. Okay, I thought I had minor illusion. Yeah, I was trying to do a
I
deception.
think it's a stealth roll. If
Okay,
one
fine.
of you can make a stealth roll for me, we will we'll resolve this and see what happens. And so are you going to be using some spells to enhance this?
I don't like this. I kind of think Calliope would be like, we're so close. We can just do it. We can outrun them.
Okay.
Okay, and if he comes close, we'll figure it out.
If he gets close, we figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
You go ahead, and I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I'm gonna keep my head out and like stay on the lookout though, I think.
Yeah, trying to track this dust cloud. Okay, great.
And-
Okay.
Imps are on my mind. There's a little invisible imp coming around us. I don't know if it would be like a supersonic imp or what, but
It's actually just holding on to the back of your bike, just like. Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for me while this person tracks you.
I'm gonna guidance myself for this.
Okay.
God, this is useful. 22.
Nice. Okay, cool. And you're, yeah, interesting. 22. Okay, cool. So, first things first, Calliope, as you are suddenly becoming hyper-focused on this dust cloud, and you, like, clearly can see it, and you are tracking it.
I get some goggles on.
Yeah,
But
to
help
block
with
all
the
the
sticking my
dust,
head
yeah.
out of a bag. Just like getting hit.
You catch something else though with a 22, and it's for just like maybe a couple heartbeats before it's gone. But for a few moments, you see a misty, shiny orb, ethereal, sort of hovering next to you, just up and to your right, and you catch it for literally like 2 beats, and then it fades. But as your journey continues,
We're being scryed on!
you do not lose sight of that dust cloud. And in
Yeah.
fact, you even catch a moment where the topography is such that whoever this individual is seems to have miscalculated, and you see them kind of come up onto a ridge, and you get a very clear silhouette of the bike. And you do see when that happens and it kind of disappears back down and you see the dust cloud, you can make out that there seems to be a sudden surge, and the dust cloud does seem to be picking up a little speed, for a short burst, and then it seems
For
to
about a
slow
minute, perhaps.
for about a minute, and then you see it happen again and again, and it does seem like this.
Hold up. So
yeah.
about this scrying situation that's happened.
Yes.
I do have Private Sanctum.
Do you have it up right now?
I don't have it up right now.
Okay.
It takes 10 minutes to cast. The thing I'm going to try to pitch to you is, can I use it on the bike / us as a moving frame of reference? You make an area within range magically secure. It's a cube.
Yeah.
It doesn't target
So,
people.
I think this was totally reasonable within the confines of the Demon Grinder because it had a large space. I'm not sure about the bike because you are also like, this much of you is like poking up out of the bag.
Okay. I hear this. I'm taking notes. I hear this.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm inclined to say no, unless you can really, really sell me on it. But I don't think this is gonna work.
Sell you on it with a roll, or sell you on it with
logic.
Okay, flash of genius, olive time. How does this work? Have you set up a Faraday cage on a motorcycle
while driving?
While you can only like stick one arm at a time?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I can send Gilder to you.
Okay, no. Okay, here's the thing. So we,
This is
it's the smoke screen, right? It's like we lace the dust that we're kicking up, and like the smoke that we're kicking up with like chaff and like anti-scry particles.
Right. So
it'll only work. The deal I'm saying is like as soon as we stop, it'll stop working, and they can start scrying on us again.
Okay.
But
so you basically it's like you're creating magical chaff to disrupt any scrying sensors that would come into. That's very cool. I'm a sucker for like old World War II references like that. But I think it's still going to require a roll because it is so like tricky. It'll be an Arcana check.
Which I'm good at.
What?
It's my only 4th level slot, and we're...
Yeah, so that's the risk here, because it's such a tricky thing that you're trying to do while in a bag of holding, on a small motorcycle, casting a spell that takes, 10 minutes to cast?
Takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah, so you could also risk stopping for 10 minutes and then doing it, but yeah.
I think in 10 minutes you can get within eyesight on a bike.
I think so, yeah.
Can I sell you on something while Olive is thinking?
Sure.
How many soul coins do we have?
Yeah. How many soul coins do we have?
I don't know.
Okay.
I see Claire doing 6.
So that's enough for 3 minutes if we burn up the soul of an entire person.
Oh my god, it's the trolley problem.
Well, are y'all gonna try and do anything? Otherwise, the journey just continues, and you do see that dust cloud slowly getting closer. It's not like rapidly approaching, but yeah.
It's just to stay the distance a tiny bit. Pip, who is an artificer and who does have tools.
Okay.
I wants to see if I can use Longstrider on a bike.
Oh man, that is for a creature, right?
It is for a creature.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You have to say no, Nathan.
I know. It's hard to say no, but sometimes you gotta say no.
Can I tell who the sensor is hitting? Like, is it tracking like
It
one
was
of
on.
us?
It was on you.
It's on me.
It was on you. But then it faded. Like it looked like you.
No. The one we use for potion of clairvoyance. Is that
Oh,
what
no,
you mean?
No. The scry
Oh,
sensor
okay.
was.
Oh, so
was
it's like it's
on
not
you.
constantly on us. It's like
You-
they're scrying on us to like figure out.
Well,
like sonar pinging.
what? Yeah, no. What you gathered, because
Yeah.
I think as an artificer you would more or less understand the mechanics. I think scry lasts for 10 minutes, right? So you basically saw the last tail end of the scry as it faded with that perception roll. So it had been on you for probably 10 minutes prior to that moment.
I see.
So they probably heard whatever it was that you were saying in that 10 minutes prior. So, yeah. And that and who knows if that was
Wait, I was in the bag for the most of the 10 minutes prior.
Right, because yeah. So wait, yeah, you were in the bag. Okay. So then I guess the timing of that would have been that you would have been watching the dust cloud and then caught something, looked, and it disappeared. So it probably, in that case, it didn't catch much conversation. It probably just saw you observing. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you all aren't going to do anything,
We gotta try to throw him off. He's catching up. We gotta make the skill checks.
okay, so you can take that hour. Okay. Somebody go ahead and make a stealth roll for me as you peel off and head towards those hoodoos.
I'll enhance ability and guidance.
Man, I didn't know that.
Give me a high five, Calliope.
Okay. What was
Oh,
that?
they both have concentration.
So you got to do one or the other. Yeah.
Do you have enhance ability?
I have enhance ability.
Okay, there you go. You
I've got my own. I can enhance my own ability.
So enhance ability and then high five guidance from Calliope.
And I think it's just like this electric shock. It's like, I think I figured out how they did it. Boom. And like you just like have all your hairs like stand up for a second, like you touch a Van der Graaf.
Amazing. The hat flies off for a second. You have to catch it and put it back on. Okay, so Pip, if you're casting enhance ability on yourself and you get guidance, you can make a stealth roll with advantage, and add a d4.
And as a bonus action.
What was that? Oh,
As a bonus action.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Hide. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a 20.
A 20. Okay, let's see. So this person is going to be attempting to track you while you do this. Okay. So, Pip, leading the way, you peel off and see off to the side there is, in fact, that collection of hoodoos all sprouting up from the landscape, and you quickly start weaving in and out of these rock formations. You get to a section that is incredibly thick, where the walls of these rock formations start rising up a good 15-20 feet above you, and you literally find yourself in this maze-like structure of rock. Calliope, you keeping an eye with that 22, you keep a strict eye on that dust cloud that is pursuing you, and it is getting closer and closer. After about 30 minutes of navigating this tight rocky space, and at times you have to slow down quite significantly to get through here, which is to your advantage because it makes the dust not kick up as much and goes below the level of the rock formations. Calliope, you quickly realize you see the dust that was following you disappear, which is concerning, but as you continue to scan, you spot it far off in a different direction, and it is going in the wrong direction that you all are headed. After another half hour of navigating through this space, Pip, you find an opening and pull back out into the open fields of Avernus. And Calliope, you see don't see the dust cloud anywhere in sight as you rocket back out across the Avernan wastes. After another hour of this travel, you get to the top of another rise, which then starts to slope gently downwards. And as you get to the top of this rise and begin to work your way down, you see far down below, as the valley kind of stretches out, the snaking dark form of the Styx. And resting there, almost in the Styx itself, the water lapping at the underside of the rocky earth moat that El Terrell rests on, is the rocky, craggy form of El Terrell. You can see smoke and fires billowing from the various buildings of the city. And rising up above the city itself is still that dark orb shape with lightning crackling across it. You also see that, like a squirming dark mass, there is just thousands of figures just squirming and writhing all along the bottom of the earth moat and around it and in the Styx. You can see shapes crisscrossing and flitting through the air, and you do see there's one very distinctive, dark, harsh, knife-like shape hovering in the sky above the city with bits of red lightning sort of crackling off of it and flashes and bolts of energy shooting down into the city itself. From this distance, you can barely make out High Hall kind of up on the topmost peak of the city. There, it looks a little off. There's definitely smoke billowing from it. It seems to be almost a darker shade, like the alabaster is like covered in something. And you can also see that all of the chains have been sundered, and there are just enormous chain links that look like they've been scattered across the landscape, sort of buried into the muck and the dust all around El Terrell. Yeah.
That sad boy did work. Oh. Okay, let's do this. Hold up. I need to get Winged Dummy out. Let's end this.
Okay. So you hop out of the bag, stop the bikes, and start assembling Winged Dummy. As Winged Dummy is ready and assembled, you all standing there at the top of this rise, looking down on the city. What's your play here? What's your move?
So you said there's a whole bunch of figures along the banks of the Styx between us and that?
Yeah, so let's see. I wonder if there's a way I could illustrate this. Well, I guess we're on this map here, so I'll just pull out my little. And just do this. All right, so yeah, if you all are on that northern shore and the city is kind of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are what look to be armies just along the banks of the Styx that are clashing with each other. You can make a
clashing with each other.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but it just looks like masses of bodies just squirming together. Why don't you make a perception roll, all three of you, so Valor can make one too, to see if you can pick out any finer details.
I only got 10.
10, okay. Whoa!
It's
26 for Pip. What did Valor get? Oh, wow. Okay, 6 is not going to do it. So Pip,
Carrying the party here.
yeah. So what you're able to make out is that there are demons pouring out of the Styx from underneath El Terrell, and you can tell that they are like scrambling up the sides of the earth moat, and there are devils, like winged devils, swooping down trying to knock them off. You can also tell that the flying fortress itself is like laying shots down into the demons demons, but there are like thousands of demons just squirming along the bottom of El Terrell. It looks like the devil forces are concentrated on the, again, there's not really cardinal directions down here, but for the sake of clarity for us, they're concentrated along the northern shore on the direction you're approaching from. And you can make out that there's some sort of like, you know, like beachhead established by the devils on the northern shore, and there are what look to be, you can barely make out these like ringed portals appearing, and you see like waves of troops going through them, and as you kind of like are piecing that together and sort of look, you look up and you can tell that the other end of that those portals are appearing up on the surface of the city of El Terrell, and it looks like there's a secondary base camp set up on the northern side of the city, and it looks like there are devil troops that are beginning to form like a perimeter around the city, but the city itself looks to be pretty overrun by demons. With a 26, you can also tell that High Hall, there's something weird going on with High Hall. There's like growths on the building itself, and it looks like it's a pretty high concentration of demon forces towards High Hall, which is on the southern side of the city, from where you're at.
Calliope is, I think, a little bit stunned. I'm assuming you can like start pointing things out. Just like, there can't be anyone left. How could somebody survive this for so long? Are we too late?
We just have to keep going and hope we're not.
Well, we'll turn the city to ash in their mouths before we let anything happen. If they hurt Petra, I'm gonna knock Zariel into the sticks myself. Okay, my plan: to get rid of this thing. Looking around for sensors.
Yeah, make a perception roll.
No, I look around. Not message.
Okay.
For telepathic. My plan is to just make Winged Dummy go fast and fly over them all and fly low over the sticks and just pop it in somewhere in the middle of the river.
Okay.
Winged Dummy can be very fast now.
Okay. And you're gonna do that on your own, just you and Winged Dummy. Is that right?
And that's plan A.
It is 9:08 also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to get that.
Cool. Okay.
This plan settled, and then we will wrap it up.
We could also do with the diversionary thing where we slide it off, make it look like we hand the contract off to you to do the thing, and then I go up and attack the companion, and that's why I'm flying off. And so like you could pull off any pursuers, and then you like fly up and join me with your slow potion.
Yeah. Sure. That sounds good.
All right. Well, as you all sit here at the top of the hill, devising your plans on how to tackle this monumental problem in front of you,
Can we do it? Can I do it, please?
do it right now.
Do it right now.
What?
Throw it in the sticks.
Well, we can't get between us and it.
If we want to do it, it can come down to a roll for Calliope. If you want to do your first plan of jetting out there as fast as possible to get over the sticks and drop it, we can do that now with a roll.
I think I want a diversion.
You want a diversion before you do it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I think it's gonna be a little more involved. So let's.
Okay.
We will pick up next time, right as this starts. Yeah. And Claire, in the meantime, I guess if you did come up with ideas, because there was 7 hours there, well, 8 hours of time that passed of you sitting in the cell.
I would have done something.
Then yeah. So think
we'll
about
think
it,
about that.
and we might we might need to resolve that first before we see what happens with them.
That sounds dramatically appropriate.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. See you next week. 2 weeks, we're going to be doing our anniversary stream. We'll see. Okay. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.